came across a drifting ship. I took a look inside. I found a note that someone wrote that said, take her for a ride. I set a course for sights unseen, went out to open sea. To my surprise, a bunch of sailors joined along with me. Now we're sailing on the mystery ship, and all the sailors here are really hip. There isn't any cost of membership, and all you gotta do is join our trip. Yeah, I'm the captain of the mystery ship, and I'm a-calling all aboard this ship. I'm really hoping that you'll enjoy it up on the mystery ship. So bring a friend and come along with us aboard the mystery ship. So bring a friend and come along with us aboard the mystery ship. All right. Where the hell? Old Zoe is getting feedback from somewhere, and I've got to find it. Where could it be? Where could it be? Oh, there it is. I found it. I found it. I found it. You ever have one of those days, my friends? Did you ever just have one of those days? One of these days, I'm gonna chop you up into little pieces. Does anybody remember Pink Floyd? How are we doing, sailors? My greatest of apologies. You wouldn't believe. You wouldn't believe what the past half hour has been like for me. I came racing, absolutely racing, in the driveway this evening at 6:58. And I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, it takes 3 or 4 minutes to set up the stream. I'll be okay. I'll be on the air by 7:05. And I came out to the garage to find out that the computer was off, everything was off. And I thought, wow, I had a power out today. Not true. Not true at all. I went to turn my computer on, and I got a note that I have never seen before in my life in the middle of my screen that said, your processor is overheating. So I don't know what that means. All I can assume is something in my computer got too hot. I don't even know what that is, but I think it's like the heart of the heart, you know, what causes the heartbeat of a computer. So I quickly cleared everything off the top of the computer. It's got 9 fans. This computer has 9 fans, and they're all running. Here, let me show you. Let me show you. Okay? I opened her up. I took the side off. I took the side off, the glass side, and I got my air sprayer, and I just blew all the dust out, and man, it was really overdue. Really, really overdue for a cleansing. And I turned it on. I fired it up. Everything came back on. Of course, I have to start from scratch. And I just get it all going. I just get it all dialed in. And guess what? Guess what? It did it again. It did it again. So I had to start from scratch again and fire it up. And I'm this so far. So far, it's holding. This time, I left the side cover off. I'm I'm running amok. I left the side cover off to see if that'll cool it down at all. I don't know anything about computers. I don't know the damnedest thing about computers. I know where you plug it in and where you turn it on. That's about it. I'm hoping that she's going to be all right. My little 3080 right there cost me a heap ton of money. I mean, more than I ever want to admit that I planned on buying a computer for. It was over 3 grand for that freaking computer. Man, holy smokes. So, anyway, where were we? Yeah, so I get all set up, I get going, and it dives on me. So here we are, half an hour late, but I think we're going to be okay. I do, I do think we're going to be okay. My name is Zoso, dude. I try to come to you Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays in the evening for a little get together. And then on Saturdays, I host a classic rock show only on 2 of my 5 channels, okay? I'm broadcasting currently in 5 locations. We are broadcasting live to Rumble. Let's see how well we're rumbling at the moment. Are we rumbling? It looks like we are. It looks like we are. Yes, we are rumbling. It says that there are persons there. Yes. Hello, whoever you are over there. I'm thrilled to death to see your smiling face. Let's see who we have over at YouTube. Well, Gary Fluster is here. Mad Pogue in the house. Stow Stew in the house. Good to see you, my man. Hope you guys are doing wonderfully. I really am tickled to see your smiling faces over there. How come Gary Fluster isn't blue? What is going on there? What is going on with this? That is so strange. It does not make any sense whatsoever. That is most bizarre. Most bizarre. Makes no sense. Are we live at Pilled Foxhole? We are live at Pilled. Wonderful. I see people pouring in over there. I see Paul Thaddeus with his match burning. Thank you kindly, Girl Patriot. That's very kind of you. Due diligence. Thank you, C.L. Goobage. Thank you, my dear. Oh, my goodness. You guys are wonderful. You're absolutely freaking wonderful over there. Thank you for your support of this program, of this half-hour late program. Let's get a gander over at Twitch to see if we have a nice, big, giant picture there. Boy, it sounds like Zoe is having some kind of, it feels as though Zoe is having some kind of broadband issues this evening. Has anyone experienced the spinning wheel of death out there tonight? Feel free to, you've been buffering for a half an hour, says NX17. Well, that would explain part of it. Let me see what I can do to change that. Let me see what I can do. I can choose a different transponder. I can go somewhere else. Oh, it won't be long, folks. It won't be long, and I will have a real wire here in the garage. A real wire, just like the big boys do it. You know what that means? I like, serious MPBS instead of the, let me show you. Let me show you what I got right now. I am broadcasting my download speed is 2.1 and my upload speed is it's trying to decide. It's pretty pathetic. So if you have the spinning wheel of death, I mean, even a shitty connection is 50 mpbs. That's a garbage upload speed. I'm cooking with two. It's Let me see what I can do about. I can choose a different transponder and see if that improves the output. I'm trying, people. I really am trying. Trying to be patient, trying to keep cool, calm, and collected. Nobody, nobody deserves that grog more than I do right now. I'll tell you what. Could not connect. Could not connect. Let's see. Let's try a different. Let's try Douglas Fastnet and see if that works. Let's see if that improves my broadband speed. Okay. Sometime today. Wow. I mean, it's like my computer's frozen. It's like it's frozen. Your brother Zoe is experiencing some technical difficulties, people. This is really sad. It's really sad. Gary Flessner is here. Lawrence T is here. Mad Pogue is here. It looks like it's broadcasting. I mean, are you guys are you are you buffering 2K and up downloads? Oops, offering 2K and up downloads. That's what you're saying. Okay. All right. Over at Pilled, we're live at Pilled. Let's shout out some names. Let's shout out some names at Pilled Foxhole. These are the champions, the reigning champions. That's why I must call them out first. LT57 FSH in the house. Due Diligence is with us. Girl Patriot is with us. Prairie Fire in the house. Zoom Zoom. M1911 Zoomer has boarded the ship. He has. Let's see. Who else? Joe Elaine in the house. What is up? Our gang salute for Joe Elaine. Good to see you, my dear. Who else do we have hanging out here? Who else? Goobage in the house. Goobage is a welcome sailor. Always. Paul Thaddeus is with us. Wonderful. It is wonderful to see all your smiling faces. NX17, a wonderful lady, sent me a wonderful card and a Beatle book that I read all the time. That's my I keep it on the throne so I can read about the Beatles every time I sit down with a few minutes to myself. A wonderful book. Thank you. Salty Nuts in the house. How are you doing, my brother? It has been a minute. Been a minute. All right. Looks like we are live there. We are live at Rumble. It says that there's still one person there. We've got 5 or 6 hanging out over at YouTube. That's great. I'm not seeing any Twitchers as of the moment. I'm not even seeing a screen at Twitch. But I do know we have a healthy group of sailors. Thank you, Spud. That really helps me out. 5 by 5, according to Spud over at D Live, and that tickles me to no end. It tickles me where the sun don't shine. Lynn Winters, great to see you. Gloria Paddock, what is going on, little lady? Wonderful to have you aboard. Bad Zoot, she says 5 by 5 there. That's great. Jayla, 17, also confirming that in New York, they are seeing me bright and clear. So regardless of what I'm seeing on my screens here at home, I know that I'm coming to you in living color. That's great. Spudley in the house. Lynn Winters sharing some lemon love right there. White man genocide. No buffalo here. No buffalo here. Gloria Paddock came roaring in a ninjagini. Thank you, darling. Thank you. You're amazing. Oh, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Now I can relax. I can take a chill pill. Seriously, I mean, I'm already on the edge every time I sit down, even on a day where I'm 25 minutes early and I walk in and my computer's up and running, okay? I'm already on edge because I'm a Luddite. I am a Luddite. But when I walk in and it's supposed to be on the air in literally 60 seconds and my computer is off and I go to turn it on and it says your CPU is overheating, man, I don't know what that, I mean, just freaked me the heck right out. Freaked me out. I'm starting to cool down. I'm starting to feel good about this. I think we're going to be all right, people. I think I think we're going to be all right. All right. So, show me something. Show me something. There we go. All right. Boy, that doesn't make any sense. My computer is running slow and this thing is a rocket ship. I mean, it's like a 454 board 30 over with cams and headers and you know Edelbrock high rise with 2780 carburetors. That is the most badass freaking computer that money could buy. I don't know what's going on with it. But I'm going to sit back. I'm going to relax, as are you. We're going to be back immediately following this short break video, just like I do every time. This gives you a chance to settle in. You can refresh your drink. You can take the dog outside. You can sneak out in Spud's garage and have a quick cigarette. Do whatever it is that you need to do, but you got 2 minutes and 31 seconds to do it because we're going to come back with a show on the other side of this video right here. Welcome aboard the mystery ship, my friends. Welcome. Why is there no volume? Why is there no volume? Okay, I see the problem. I see the problem. Holy smokes. So get your shit together. Get your shit together. Sail upon the mystery ship? Because we never know where we'll go next. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Can I get a 5x5 if you can hear me, please? Something is really seriously, drastically going to hell. My computer shut off again, right in the middle of the show. I just texted my guru and said you need to get down here ASAP, and he said he would. Dang it. Dang it. Let's restore these pages. I hope I'm still live. Am I still live? Okay, there's Pilled. Okay, they're saying 5x5, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it as I'm alive. But holy smokes, I'm sorry, people. I have no idea. No idea what is happening. It's just, for whatever reason, my computer just shuts off. And it's very funny when I get that little note. It's not necessarily in perfect English. It says CPU overheat. I should have taken a picture of it because it's definitely in broken English. Broken English. Okay, let's turn this volume down. Okay. Hopefully we're live. Hopefully we're still live. I'm sorry, people. I don't know what's going on, folks. If the computer goes off again, if the show quits for no reason, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you other than I love you and thank you for trying to hang out with me. My guru, he said, "Oh boy, I can swing by tomorrow night if that works." Well, that doesn't help me tonight, but it's better than nothing. Better than nothing. It appears okay. Due diligence says we're 5.56 by 5.56. Thanks, my friend. Thanks, my friend. Okay. All right. So I better just launch into the show because I may not get another chance. Folks, tonight, your brother Zoe is going to look at non-domesticated animals as pets. And you might say to yourself, of all the whacked out topics, why would he choose that one? Why would he choose that one? Well, let me show you a little something. I don't fall in love easily. I just don't. But where are my subscriptions? where are my subscriptions? I've got to find my subscriptions. Here we go. Here we go. Right here. Okay. So, I'm scrolling around YouTube the other night. And I came across a channel. And the channel is called Poppy the Prairie Dog. Okay? And what it is it's a man and a woman. I suppose that they're either boyfriend and girlfriend or husband and wife, one of the two. I do know that they live in West Palm Beach. And they have a couple of prairie dogs as pets. And in 5 minutes, your brother Zoe was so enamored with these prairie dogs that I have to have one. I went online today and I'm looking at these prairie dogs. Now they cost between $150 and $450. Does anyone know? If anybody knows anybody who has a prairie dog as a pet, would you kindly put an X in the chat? And I'm looking right now. I'm checking YouTube. What's going on here? Let's dial that down a little bit. Dial that down. Whoa. Zoe. Whoa. Easy, killer. Easy. Okay. All right. I've just got to show you the prairie dogs. Okay. Tell me that I'm not crazy. That's an expensive rodent, says TL Spud. Get a look at these prairie dogs. They are named Poppy and Paxton. Paxton is the boy, and Poppy is the girl. So let's. Poppy is the one who gets all excited when he calls out her name.
Oh, that's a good wahoo. Straight for the greens. Poppy wants some belly rubs first, though. Hey, bud, you want some cheeky rubs? And Poppy does too. Poppy and Paxton.
See that
Oh,
little bark?
that's a good wahoo. Straight for the greens. Poppy wants some belly rubs first, though. Hey, bud, you want some cheeky rubs?
So Paxton is missing his left front leg. Something happened to Paxton. I haven't I haven't gone back enough far enough deep in their videos to find out what happened to him. But they are the
Puppy!
they are the cutest little
And
varmints.
Paxton! Puppy!
Bum 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 bum
Puppy!
bum 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 bum. Wait, I can do that better. What if it's like
This man bought an old.
Stop it.
bum bum bum
Stop it. Okay, I'm sorry. Back to me. Back to me. Here I am. Here I am. So seriously, call me crazy, but I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated with these rodents. Yes, they are a rodent. So they're in the mouse family, okay, or the rat family. But so every night when this guy gets home from work, he has a little cage. Obviously, these people have had these animals for quite some time. The girl, her name is Poppy. Every time he says puppy, the the little varmint stands up on its hind legs, and actually, I should be able to find a video. I should be able to find a video. The little varmint stands up like this and then goes down like this, and I mean it's the rodent's way of saying hello to the master. It is the cutest thing I have ever freaking seen. I didn't know anything about prairie dogs. I really didn't. I when I heard the name prairie dog, I envisioned, something about this big. It turns out they're only like this big. Okay, and these two are obviously very well fed because they waddle. In fact, I was reading one of their videos, and the guy says that uh, they're on a diet. They're on a diet because they've been eating too much. So I don't know what to tell you other than I think I would love to have one of these little critters. They're they're cute as all get out, and so I wanted to I wanted to put it out there because, for instance, uh, there are people who make pets out of something that you wouldn't normally see in someone's home. For instance, Mrs. Zoe, her daughter has an 18-year-old snake named Fred, and Fred's a pretty big freaking snake. When I was a little kid, I'm talking 10 years old, uh, a boy in my neighborhood, this is back when I had a little Schwinn bicycle, and that's how I got around. In fact, back when I was a kid, that's how you knew where everybody was. If there were 10 stingrays laying on the front lawn of somebody's house, you knew that's where everybody was in the neighborhood. They were probably in the backyard swimming or something. But my friend up the road had a snake, and I was home one day, or I was at his house one night when his dad came home, and his dad came home with a little brown bag, and I'm not kidding you. The bag was no bigger than this right here, right? Just like a cute little brown bag. And his dad comes home and he goes, "Here you go." And he goes, "Oh, cool, Dad. Thanks." So I'm like, "What's in the bag?" And the kid says, "Come here." So he brings me into his bedroom and he takes the brown bag and he drops it inside of the cage. And out comes this little teeny tiny mouse about this big. And I sat there in amazement for like 20 minutes while this snake just coiled around and plotted and took in. The snake was planning the whole time. Meanwhile, this cute little mouse is just running around the inside of this aquarium like everything's groovy, actually sitting on the snake, crawling up and down the snake's back. And then the next thing you know, somehow that snake got that mouse. His tail was caught between a couple of his folds, and the snake was had the mouse in his mouth and was stretching this poor mouse about. He was stretching the hell out of him, and I mean, I sat there just in amazement. I'd never witnessed anything. I was just a 10-year-old kid. I just moved to California. I didn't know that snakes ate. I didn't know that snakes ate mice, especially a cute little mouse that you get at a pet store. It was it was a rough thing. I mean, I was in awe and I was grossed out all at the same time. It was weird. It was weird. Now, when I met Mrs. Zoe, she told me that she had an iguana. And we're not talking some little teeny, we're talking a freaking giant iguana, okay? Like 3 foot long, a big old, a big old freaking giant of an iguana. And they had this iguana, I guess, for years and years. Um, that to me is a most unusual pet. It's it's a little different. It's a little different, okay? Um, my daughter has been really pressing upon me to get a dog. And I love dogs. I absolutely love dogs. There's nothing in the world I would love more than to probably have like a little golden lab or or a chocolate lab, even a black lab. Even though black labs are so, anybody who has had a black Labrador retriever, they're so spazzy when they're puppies. They're so spazzy, but they turn into the greatest dogs ever. My last Labrador was a black lab named Rocky, and that was the single best dog I ever had in my entire life. I One of the main reasons I haven't gotten another dog is how could any dog ever fill Rocky's shoes? And that's how I honestly feel. It was the greatest dog. He used to go on my motorcycle rides. He would come up in the mountains with me. I just found it amazing. Um, it's an animal like that, a friend like that, isn't easily replaced. And I guess you have to stop and say to yourself, are you really replacing the animal? Or are you Or are you starting up a new friendship? Because I guess that's the way you have to think about it is you're starting up a new friendship. You're not replacing something, but to some degree you are. I mean, it's been difficult for me to just run out and get another dog. Seriously. Uh, Double D says, I would say a tarantula would be a no go pet for me. Okay, so I need to tell you a little story about a woman I know who had, when I first moved to Oregon. Now, I am a city guy, right? I'm right out of Hollywood. My my first 24 hours in Oregon, talk about talk about a culture shock, okay? When I arrived in Oregon, I had no idea that there weren't going to be sidewalks. I didn't know that there weren't any 7-Elevens anywhere, okay? I was really, uh, to say taken aback doesn't do it justice. It was a complete culture shock for me. So I get a job and I start meeting some neat people. And this guy I work with takes me home one night. We were working out of town. And he goes, dude, spend the night at my house. So I spend the night at his house. His mom and dad are close to my age, okay? This guy's young. And his mom and dad are very close to my age. So we hit it off immediately. We were up all night talking. And they had a raccoon. And I'm trying to think of the raccoon's name. No, it wasn't Rocky, okay? It wasn't Rocky Raccoon. But they had a raccoon, and it was the most well trained, intelligent animal I'd ever seen. First of all, the raccoon sat at the table and had dinner with us. They have little hands. A raccoon's hands look just like yours and mine. Okay, they got thumbs. They got all that. They would they would put a plate in front of the raccoon. The raccoon did everything except wipe his lips with a napkin. The raccoon just bit by bit just ate his dinner like he licked his fingers. It was I just sat there in amazement. What the woman had told me is that uh, they found the baby raccoon. The mother had been hit by a car, and this baby raccoon was just like this big. They said they had to bottle feed it, and it just, they thought about turning it into the, wildlife images or one of the local animal care facilities that handles wildlife. We have them. I'm sure every state has something like that. But this raccoon was the most intelligent creature I'd ever seen. They could say to the raccoon, they talked to it just like a child. Get down from your chair and go in your house. And the raccoon would do exactly that. Had a little bed, had everything it needed right there. The raccoon was absolutely amazing, just amazing. And I have to tell you, right then and there, I wanted a raccoon. I think the next time I got home a couple of days later from working out of town, uh, I announced to my now ex-wife that I was going to find a raccoon. I was hell bent on a raccoon. Well, and the raccoon never happened. It never happened. Um, but that is a very, very cool animal to have as a pet. Oh no, not again. Oh God, I almost freaked out. I want to look in the chats. Has anybody, if anyone has had some unusual animals as pets, I want you to please put it in the chat right now. I'm going to be reading the chats. If you have had a, not a cat, not a dog, if you have had some unusual type of animal for a pet, would you please put it in the chat? And I'm not talking rabbits, because you know if you had something that you don't buy at the local pet store, please put it in the chat right now. I'm interested to find out if anyone has had some unusual animals. Who out there has had unusual animals in their home? Anybody have anything bizarre? I'm looking. I'm looking around the horn. Wait a minute. Gloria says, I sent you a video of a raccoon. You did? Wait a minute. My name is D says, we had a South American flying possum. They bought it, but Momo was rare. Momo must have been the animal's name. A flying possum? Val Kimber says, would you like a list? A prairie dog, monitor lizards, boas, pythons, an alligator, a bearded dragon, and more. Really? Sleeping Stars, I read it as something slightly different. A bearded something else. Wow. Wow. So Val Kimber has had a prairie dog. Holy cow. That is freaking awesome. Did you adopt it from the wild, Val? I think you know the number. You need to call in. Val, you need to. Okay. My secret's out, Mad Pogue. My secret is out. That's crazy. A bearded dragon. I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue with this show. I really don't. Oh, let's see. Let's see. An albino female rat. So that is unusual. That's absolutely unusual. Val Hall said she has had a tarantula and tortoises. Now, tortoises are freaking cool. I've had some friends with some really, really unusual animals. I mean, really, really unusual animals. A tortoise. I've actually known a lot of people with turtles. Desert turtles. Somebody found one. They stopped by the side of the road in the Mojave Desert, and there just happened to be a turtle moseying along, and of course they grabbed him and brought him home to their San Fernando Valley home and kept the turtle for, I think, 50 years. The turtle outlived both of them. I can't remember. I think the grandson ended up with the tortoise. And I mean, if he was smart, he would have just taken him right back out to the desert and let him go. But that's crazy. That's crazy. A kilted prairie dog. Wait, I have to show you those prairie dogs. I have to show you a different video. I have to show you a different video of those two prairie dogs, and you'll know why. You'll know why I'm okay. Poppy. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right. Let me bring this over. Let me bring this over. It's very easy. It's very easy to understand. why I'm crazy about this animal. All right, let's see if I can get it on the screen. Come on, work for me. Work for me. Okay. All right.
Those little beans. Little tortellini ear. She's doing a little preening on my leg right now. Good girl. You want some snacks? What is that? We got a little tomato. A little cherry tomato. Hi, good evening. Poppy is enjoying a little cherry tomato, making a little mess. Paxton is sleeping right now.
Okay, I've got to find a more exciting video. I've got to find you one of these videos where he comes home from work and he says, "Puppy," and this little prairie dog goes, "Wee!" They have a routine. He does it every time he comes home. Okay, this is it. This is it. Oh, this will be perfect.
Come on, Poppy. Let's go to your
Here we go. Here we go.
snack chair. Come on, let's go to your snack chair. Come on. Come on. Excuse me, miss. Poppy, I have your snack. I have it. Come on, I have it. Come on, let's go. Poppy, you just want to eat right here? Plants, actually pretty good. She was snacking on them a little bit earlier, but still pretty healthy and still growing. How old is Poppy? She is 3 years old. How did we get Poppy? We adopted her. Adopted her from someone who couldn't properly care for her. Where does Poppy use the bathroom? She has an area in her, on the top floor of this cage that she uses, and then she has a little area outside in the living room.
Just look at this freaking
All
animal.
right, Poppy's having a little snack, so maybe we'll wait a little bit. You can see her little tongue.
I can't help myself. I can't help myself. I am I am just enamored by this little animal. So Val, now you've got my curiosity just over the Val Kimber, folks. Our very own Val Kimber has had prairie dogs. He's had prairie dogs. Val, did they greet you? So this guy, whoever owns this, I don't know the guy's name. I've only watched about 3 dozen of their videos. I do know that they have a routine every single day when he comes home from work. He says Poppy, and I don't know why I can't find the video. I've seen 100 of them, but now that I want to show it to you, I can't find one. But there's just something about the face of this little critter. Val said he had one. Did what Val? What was your rodent's name? What did you call your prairie? your prairie dog? Yeah, you're going to have to call because I'm just going to have 4,000 questions. Wait, is the phone on? No. Let me turn on the phone. That's an easier thing to do. Let me turn the phone on. There we go. That'll make it a lot easier for him to call. Um, seriously, Petey? His name was Petey. Val, I have 1,000 questions. Was he a wild one that you caught? Did you find him in the wild? Did you rescue like a little baby? Was it like my friend and the raccoon where the mother was killed and it's been 30 years since you had him? He doesn't even remember Petey. He just remembers that he had one. Oh, wow. Wow. That is exciting. That is so freaking cool. That face. What is not to love about that little face right there? Oh my God. It is just incredible. I've got to have one. I've got to have one of these things. Okay. All right. Who? I'm going to put it up to a vote. I'm going to put it up to a vote. Who thinks that I should get one? Who thinks that I should get a prairie dog? And who thinks that I shouldn't? Put an X in the chat if you think I should get one, and a Y if you think I shouldn't get one. And I'll bet you anything that Mrs. Zoe, if she's watching, there's going to be a page of Ys. But see, I was wondering if I got him and I trained him, couldn't I like take him to work and have him like just sleep in the corner of my work trailer? I mean, it would be the coolest freaking thing. I, I am crazy in love with these animals. I had prior to seeing this video, prior to seeing these videos, I knew nothing about prairie dogs. I actually thought that they were like, like a beaver, you know. Okay, so Spud and Lynn Winters are both saying that I should not get and Syllabore is saying that I should not get a prairie dog. Gloria says XYZ. She doesn't care one way or the other. I'm just hell bent on this. My friend. I found out that my friend breeds champion uh, labs, golden retrievers, and they're freaking expensive. These champion golden retrievers are like, there's something like $2,500, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's $3,500 for these dogs. But I mean, I think I could fall in love with one of these tomorrow. I just, I can't stop. When I first came across the page, I called Mrs. Zoe over. I said, "You got to see this. You've got to freaking see this, especially when it does its greeting. Give me one more chance. I've got to find a greeting. I've got to find this. I've got to find Poppy doing a wahoo. Poppy, the prairie dog. Late night snacking, afternoon in the hammock. Okay, here's a wahoo comp. This is what I wanted. This is it. I found it. Oh, why didn't I find this one first? This is Poppy, the prairie dog, doing her salute to the guy. Prepare to have your little heart go pitter pat.
Paxton! Oh, good boy. Hey, Poppy. Puppy!
See that?
Puppy!
Oh my God.
Oh, hey, Pax. Puppy! Paxton! Oh, hey, bud. Ready for some puppy? Oh, you got a double wahoo. Puppy! Whoa. Puppy! Good morning.
Oh my God.
Puppy! You in a better mood? Ooh, that was quite the dismount, Poppy. You okay, Pax? You okay, bud?
Poor one-legged Paxton. Okay. All right. So I'm serious. What is not to love right there? Okay. Val says his had a temper. I'm telling you, when Poppy goes, "Meow, meow," it just freaking melts me. That is, I have to tell you this, okay? In my line of work, plus the fact that I am a biker, okay? The word, and I'm telling you the truth here, the word cute really isn't in my vocabulary. I probably use the word cute in a sentence about once every 10 years. It's just not something I say, okay? But that freaking little animal is cute. And when they do that little greeting thing, doesn't it just doesn't it just make your heart go pitter pat? I want to read the chat. I want to see if people thought it was sweet but dumb. Oh, Bad Zoot said my friend had a golden that ate rocks. Sweet but dumb. JLo said she had a golden that was a sweetheart. Yes, Poppy is the girl. Poppy definitely has energy. I just want to watch that. I have to watch that again. Just tell me. Am I crazy? Am I freaking crazy? Do it, Poppy. Do it.
Paxton! Oh, good boy. Hey, Poppy. Puppy! Puppy! Oh, hey, Pax. Puppy! Paxton! Oh, hey, bud. Ready for some puppy? Oh, you got a double wahoo.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm hooked. I'm hooked. I went as far as to look them up today. So they have them in Florida. There's a place in Florida where you can buy them. There's one in Oklahoma. There's a place in Oklahoma where you can buy them. I started reading about them, and what they amazingly, I was a little disappointed. The first 3 or 4 articles that I read about these prairie dogs, it was a little disheartening. It's as if they were really trying to dissuade you from getting one. They're like, these aren't for everybody. They bite. They can be nasty. I think, like any animal, uh, let's take a pit bull for instance. Okay, a Staffordshire Terrier. Um, it all depends on how the dog is raised. Okay, I know some people whose pit bulls are the sweetest, most loving animal you ever saw. And I also know some people that have one where I was afraid to go in their backyard for fear of the dog, even though the guy was standing right next to me. Um, it all depends on how you raise the animal, your relationship with, you get out of something what you put into something. I, one thing they did say, one thing they did say is that if you if you get one, you should get two because apparently they enjoy company. They don't do. I guess they don't do well all by themselves. Thank you, Purple Pixie. Thank you. She says, "Oh my gosh, how adorable." See, see. And Ginger45 says he sounds like a Frenchie. Ginger, tell me. I mean, isn't that the cutest little animal you ever saw? Um, I am. I'm really thinking about getting a prairie dog. I really am. I at this point, somebody's going to have to talk me down off this ledge. I I'm going to be doing the research. I'm going to be doing the research, and damn it, somehow, some way, your brother Zoe is going to come up with a prairie dog. You watch me. I might have to have a little cage out here. I might have to take him on my motorcycle rides with me. You know, he could tour the country with me. If I had a prairie dog that would do that upon command, that woof, woof. Okay, one more question. Spud says, "Don't do it." So don't do it. Val Kimber, I have one more question. Did your prairie dog do something like? Oh, good. This could be Val. Oh no, this is Spud talking me down off the ledge. So you don't think I should? You don't think that I should get a prairie dog?
I absolutely think you should not get a prairie dog. Okay.
Why is that?
Okay, because listen to me. That prairie dog
Yeah.
is missing a leg. Okay, it's a three-legged. You said one-legged. It's a three-legged prairie dog. It's grown up needing human assistance. It has a, its mother is that thing it relies on for so many things. Okay, that human. A regular prairie dog, okay, which we in California, where I grew up, called a ground squirrel.
A ground? No. These aren't ground squirrels.
No, they're ground squirrels.
What?
They're ground squirrels.
No.
Look at their face. They're bobtail squirrels. Okay, ground squirrels and bobtail squirrels. Because I lived in the Sierra Nevadas, and that's what we called them up there. Okay, when I was a kid, from 71 to 76, and they were everywhere. They're wild creatures, and they're prairie dogs out east, but in California, that's what they called it.
Spud, I have a yard that looks like Swiss cheese. I have those brown digger squirrels by the hundreds. And
well, those are more like gopher squirrels. I don't know.
These are
domesticate those little bastards. Is that rodents have because my daughter like rats. Okay, so she wanted to keep rats, and rats you can have one rat that's the sweetest rat in the world, and you can have another rat that you raise exactly the same way that's a little fucking bastard.
Really?
It just is, rip everything, try to bite you. And
what?
It just hate everything. Yeah, you can have that, and you'd be like, that's a bad rat, that's a good rat. And you breed the good rats with the good rats, and you weed out that's what's wrong with my dog. Is that nobody weeded out the bad seed, and Leo was allowed to be. He's like the worst of all the genetic traits, except that he's made it to past middle age. I guess he's to be an old dog now. He's just as nasty, but I mean, he was never. But I really just here's the thing: is if you get one. Here's what I worry about: is paying big money for a rodent. I hate that trade, and a lot of people do. I mean, check the chats. I mean, that trade, where you're raising, because the outcome is not good for the ones that don't have don't have economic value. And you end up, it's just like why, like Fox trading and stuff like that. I just, it's like kind of repugnant to me.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is if you can get into a rescue situation, that's the only way that I would think it would be a good idea for you to adopt a prairie
Rodent.
dog.
Okay. All right.
Or, you can get a guinea pig, but if you get a cold, they're going to die. They will literally die when you sneeze on them. That's they get everything humans get. So, and you get a rat, but you don't know what you're going to get with a rat. So, some of them are beautiful.
They
Some are lovely. Just
those-
get a rat, Zoso.
Spud. You have. Thanks for taking the wind right out of my sail, buddy.
I have nothing else to add. I'm going to hang up.
Okay. I appreciate the call as always, Spud. Thank you. Thanks for talking some sense into me. I'm gonna have to look a little closer because I really think there's more difference than that's not a ground squirrel. That's not a ground squirrel. Is this my brother the Texan?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
How you doing, man?
Oh, man. I'm taking what they're giving because I'm working for a living.
I hear you.
That's all I'm doing.
Oh, dude, I got home like 10 minutes after my show started today, and then proceeded to have a half hour of computer problems. You got any prairie dogs down where you live?
All right, so if those that love me will still love me after this. Those that have looked for a reason to hate me will definitely hate me after this.
That's how you learn to shoot a gun? Is that?
Dude, them prairie rats. We have competitions down here in Texas, especially up near the Panhandle. Long range shooting competitions.
Okay.
And literally there are, people get together. They have annual shootings out there on these ranches and stuff, and they destroy as many of those damn things as they possibly can. And you win money doing it.
Really?
Yeah, honestly.
Oh man.
A 223 is pretty much the preferred weapon to take one out with.
Okay. Yeah.
But the reason is, though, let me explain. The reason is they destroy so much farmland. It's not even funny.
Really?
Yeah, they do. And then not only that, but you got to think about it. The farmers with their cattle and everything.
Cattle break an ankle or something. Yeah, you got to put
break a leg. Horses break legs. And, and then they destroy farmland like nobody's business. So, yeah, these farmers with these huge ranches and stuff, you go out there and you can have a field day once or twice a year and just knock them little rat bastards
out. I'm sure you had to be a fan as a kid. Little Joe and Hoss and
Oh, yeah, man.
Okay, so there really is outside of Carson City. The Ponderosa actually was a real ranch. It wasn't a movie set. The place really existed. It's outside of Lake Tahoe, actually. I've been there, and it's an amazingly beautiful freaking place. But when you walk around there are all kinds of antique pictures. And just like you're talking about, if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, Texan, I never would have believed it. There were pictures of like 25 guys and rifles, and each of them had those, the jackrabbits with the really, really long ears. I mean, the big ones. I'm talking the ones that are the size of a dog. They had a pile of dead rabbits, buddy, that's taller than a Peterbilt. I'm talking a mound of like 5,000 dead rabbits, and in the caption it said that just what you're saying. They ate these rabbits ate and destroyed all of the farmland, all the crops,
Yeah.
and that they had an annual jackrabbit blasting. And I saw the pictures, man. I guess they're pretty sick. It must be the same with these prairie dogs, huh?
Yeah, man. You call them prairie dogs, so I call them prairie rats.
Okay.
And like I said, they're a destructive species, and they are not endangered by any means. I mean,
Okay.
oh my God, they reproduce so fast, it's crazy, and they cost farmers and ranchers, across this country, hundreds of millions of dollars every year,
Wow.
just like the pigs, the wild boars.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we blow them some bitches up with counter rights. We'll take as many out as we can with one shot. But no, man, there's a real competition thing all the way through the Midwest, Texas, Oklahoma. All the way through the Midwest. And I've never been in one, but I want to. Where you're shooting 600, 700, 800 to 1,000 yards, they hit this little prairie dog, and then they score you on how you hit it. And it's a big competition thing, and it helps the farmers and ranchers out.
I'll be danged. Wow. Man, you learn. I learn something every freaking day. Dude, a couple nights ago, I came across these videos of a couple that lives in West Palm Beach, Florida, and they have two of these prairie dogs. One of them got hurt somehow and lost its front left leg, so they have nursed it back to health, and they got a female to keep it company. And obviously they have made them, they've domesticated them, and they're just cute as all hell, and they're playful, and they have routines that they do. But I guess you've kind of texting between you and TL Spud. I'm starting to see the other side of the coin here.
Well, you know what? Let me say it this way, man. Let me put it to you this way. The PETA people and all that, they only want to save the cute animals. They don't give a shit about the ugly ones.
Right.
Yeah. Because if really they cared about all animals and insects and all that, then they wouldn't be vegetarians, because to grow, let's say 100 acres of vegetables, you got to kill every damn thing in sight.
Oh,
every
yeah.
mammal, every insect, every bird, everything, So they're the biggest killers in the world.
Oh, man. Dude, I wish you could. I swear to God, if it happens this summer, if I got to videotape it, Mrs. Zoe is normally the most charming, sweet, lovely woman you'd ever want to meet. But when she's growing broccoli out there and those varmints get into her prized broccoli that she grows from, last summer, she was cussing like a freaking sailor. I'll kill them some bitches. I will just.
Brother, I know exactly where she's coming from. I'm telling you right now, deer, rabbits. I remember when I was growing spinach in my backyard, and I took out about damn near half a dozen rabbits from my windowsill with a .22 rifle, because they were just would come up and eat the shit out of my spinach plants I was trying to grow in my damn backyard. So, we can get real about this shit, or we can just be all cuddly, knee-jerk kind of reaction because they're cute and all that stuff. Whatever. You want to keep one in your home, you keep that piece of shit. I don't care.
Don't bring them to my house.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, with that, Hoss, I'm going to go ahead and step out, brother.
All right, buddy.
And I'll talk to you soon.
Good to talk to you always, my friend. Well, I guess that really kind of puts the kibosh on it. Wait, do I actually have a call coming in? No, I don't. Okay. All right. I guess it's safe to hang that up. That's what I like about this show. My people, they enlighten me. Okay. There's a saying on my job site: one man's trash is another man's treasure. I can't tell you how many things in the course of a given job that I throw in the dumpster thinking this is garbage. And the next thing I know, at the end of the day, here's a guy in the dumpster fishing out a couple of boards this long that you could go down and buy them, but no, this guy wants those or people, pieces of metal, a sheet metal, scrap metal. I I don't know. Uh, there was a time that I drug just about everything home from the job site, and after a while, when you end up with just piles of essentially garbage in your yard, you realize I may never get around to doing something with this. Yeah, is it good for something? Sure. If somebody had nothing but unlimited time and energy, yeah, you could drag home all kinds of stuff and make something out of it. But does it ever really happen? Is it really worth taking a board home that's had 4,000 nails driven in it and slowly pulling those nails out when you could just go down and buy a brand new board and have a nice clean looking piece of wood to build your little project with? It's a matter of, I guess it's personal taste. Prairie rats. That's what he called them. Prairie rats. Well, I'm going to have to think this one over. But I still do think that they're cute. I do. I do. All right. We really didn't get a proper prayer send off on Sunday night because I was so worked up about going to the moon that, I thought about it the next day and I'm like, we've got some people out there. We got some people out there that really need prayer. And I do want to run over the list. I do have some wonderful news to share, though. I have some wonderful news to share. I got an email today from our dear sister, Mud Rabbit. Mud Rabbit is doing well. She is in the middle of moving. She's moving away from Florida, people. If you recall, the last time we discussed Mud Rabbit, her son was having some problems, some physical problems, and let's just say that he really needed some help. Well, we prayed for her and them, the family, and the son is doing much better. Mud Rabbit, her real name is Peggy. Everybody knows that. She is moving to the West Coast. Mud Rabbit is moving to the West Coast. She says she's moving to a smaller, quieter town. She's going to get everything moved in one fell swoop. They're excited about it. It's a very big journey. She did say that they're going to be traveling with 4 cats, a chicken, and 4 cats, a chicken, and something else. She said it's 4 cats, a chicken, and a cockatiel. So I just want us to pray for Mud Rabbit. I want us to pray for her that her move goes well, that her new home is everything she hoped it would be. I just want us to pray for Mud Rabbit and that they get some nice solid roots set down in their new place. Welcome to the West Coast is what I would say to Mud Rabbit and her family. She's a sweetie. She says that she's working on being able to get back onto D Live. She's trying, but for the moment, at least she has YouTube. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Another dear sailor friend of ours who I just know she needs the prayers right now is her sister Captain Grams. And every time Every time I see my little bag here, now Captain Graham's made this for me. It is amazing. I've showed it off so many times. It's got a real pair of dungarees on the bottom. Um, she sewed a bandana on the inside for me. I mean, this would make like a lovely shaving kit. In fact, while it's still nice, I wonder if I should just keep it as a shaving kit. But it used to say Zoso dude on it. Now it just says sod. But I use this traveling across country. I put all of my phone chargers and all of my kit, wire connectors for my extra screen and stuff in there. Such a such a wonderful woman and a dear friend of this channel and a dear friend of everybody in the chat. She is she's just she's got some things going on in her life right now. She's coming back, folks. She's coming back with a vengeance. But in the meantime, I just want us to just keep old Captain Graham's in our prayers that things start turning her way. She needs an even break right now. Please think of our dear sister, Captain Graham's, and pray for her, would you? That things settle right down for her. A beautiful, beautiful sailor, and that's the truth. And I've never laid eyes on her, but I know that she is. Our dear sister Artist 61 has asked us to continue to pray for Carrie. This is the young mother of 3 children. The woman, I mean, she can't be 30, and she is faced with a host of physical ailments. The list is as long as my arms, and frankly, it's a little scary. I'm worried for this family. The young woman's name is Carrie. I would ask you to continue to pray for their family, that God's healing might truly return this woman to where she needs to be, because she's in a world of hurt right now. And the average person might say it doesn't look good. I know that with prayer and with faith, the future does look good for Carrie. So please keep that young woman in your prayers, if you would. I'm going to ask you to please continue to pray for our dear brother Gary Flessner. He's still, we need to get Gary back home, but he has to complete a certain amount of physical therapy and be able to care for himself to a certain degree, to where they can say, okay, Gary, now you can go home. He's not there yet, folks. Please continue to pray for our dear brother Gary, that he gets stronger with each and every day. That is my prayer for our dear brother. Leah Worth is another friend, not that far away, a stone's throw away from Gary. Maybe a little bit more, like 2 hours, but a very sweet and wonderful friend of this program, Leah Worth. Each and every day for her is, folks, a lot of people would not want to take on those kind of struggles. Leah not only does it with a smile, on top of it, she takes care of her mother, who lives next door. This is an extraordinary woman. I would ask that you please continue to keep our dear sister, Leah Worth, in your prayers each and every day. I would just pray that in some small way, her burdens would be lessened. Her burdens would be lessened. Our dear brother Paul Thaddeus has a father who recently had a spill, took a tumble, and it's been an adjustment. It has been a bit of an adjustment. Paul asked us if we would pray for him. Please, please continue to pray for our friend Paul Thaddeus's dad. That same thing. That each and every day, his burden is lessened. That's really what needs to happen. The power of our prayer it's amazing, people. It is amazing. Another good friend of this program and a dear motorcycle riding brother of mine, Maddie F&B. So Maddie's dad is in a difficult position right now. There's a bunch of not only is he having some like early onset of Alzheimer's and stuff, which he's still mostly there, but he has these moments where it's just very trying for the family. And the thing that makes it a bit more challenging is that there are certain entities who are trying to take financial advantage of the fact that the man isn't quite firing on all cylinders right now. There are people who would, just sign this for us. I would pray that God steps in and makes sure that the right pages get signed by the right people. Please pray for our buddy Matty F&B too, because Matt is he's the one doing the heavy lifting right now in that family, and he's a great guy. Please pray for that family, for our brother Matty F&B, and for his father, that they get to the finish line. That they get to the finish line. That's a good prayer right there. All right, people, it's time for your brother Zoe to go. I'm going to take a moment and release the scratching. I want to thank the wonderful people who donated to this show this evening. You people are just absolutely wonderful. Let me call out a few names over there. Holy smokes. Due Diligence, Just Jim, Sean Joe, Due Diligence again. Our dear sister, Porpoiseful. Thank you, darling. Sean Joe again, Sean Joe, Girl Patriot, Goobage, Due Diligence again. Thank you guys for your support of this show. You are just amazing. Over here in Lemonland, your brother Zoe is most fortunate to have just some incredibly generous sailors who like to put wind in the sails of the mystery ship. I'm going to call out some names right now. Miss 320, thank you. Gloria Paddock, thank you so much. Spudley and Syllabore and Jayla and Bad Zoot and Peggy Dancer and, oh man, so many others. Lynn Winters, all of you guys, thank you so much for your support of the show. You are just the best. Let me release that treasure chest over there. Let's see who gets a piece of the treasure. Why not? Why not? It's coming at you. 11 seconds, people. 11 seconds. In the meantime, I'm looking to see, oh my goodness, Due Diligence. He won himself one gold pill, and then he came in and donated a ship. My brother Double D, I freaking love you, man. Thank you so very much, buddy. So very much. Starface and Prayer Warrior Girl and Val Hall and AOC and Joe Elaine, LT, Girl Patriot, Ghost Pepper, Dave Mick, and the Texan. Good for you guys. Good for you guys. You got yourself some gold pills over there. Got the scratch off. Just Jim, thank you as well, my friend. That's mighty fine of you. Mighty wonderful. Okay, look at this. Jayla 17. sitting on top of the treasure chest, as is TL Spud. Gloria Paddock, it's good to see you making that list, sister. You need to make that list. Bad Zoot. And look, my name is D. How wonderful. How wonderful. Val Kimber, are you going live tonight? Are you going to be playing some of your 80s music or doing that voodoo that you do over there? I'm sure you guys know that Val Kimber has a wonderful music program over at D Live. If you have not checked him out, it's all lowercase, Val underscore Kimber, Kimber. Pop on over and show the man some love. Show him some respect, except not tonight, because he's taking the night off. He's taking the night off as he should. Folks, your brother Zoe is going to rest. I'm going to rest up my back because it's still driving me crazy. It is driving me crazy. It has been a very challenging week when the most difficult thing for me is just climbing in and out of my damn Jeep. It's all I can do to get to the job site. All right. We are boogieing on down the line. I hope everyone here has a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Where's our show? There it is. Okay. Put that there. All right, people. I love you lots. Me love you long time. Long, long time. Be good, my friends. Take care. We will see you on Friday.